This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so Diddy docket. Sean Combs, lawyers. Let's see, they come out with some stuff about Brendan Paul. They say, it's the NOS forced to expect the big one. Sean Combs, next day in courtroom. Let's say, so September 16th. Big one. Okay. So anyways, June 20th, Brendan Paul said his arrest was personal use quantity. Then lawyers put a draft verdict saying if you answered not guilty as to count 1, proceeded to count 2. If you answer guilty, which racketeering acts do you anonymously find the defendant agreed would be committed. They're just challenging the validity of this. Yeah, you know what, man? All I see Diddy's lawyers doing is throwing Hail Marys. Mistrials. They're trying to get mistrials. They're trying to get certain things thrown out because there's not a lot to work with here. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen in this case, to be honest with you. He's guilty of something. He's guilty of 2 things. I don't know which kind of time he's going to get. He's definitely not getting off, but let's see. 50 Cent reacts to these allegations. So this Fat Joe case from TA, this court case. TA is his ex hype man. He was just terror squad, basically. He says he was instructed to line up girls, young girls. He was instructed to screw some girls. TA was. He's talking about Cool and Dre, and one of them were smashing an underage girl that they were supposed to be producing, and Fat Joe fixed it. These are all the allegations. There's tons of these allegations against Joe. Joe with younger women, Joe flying girls in, had contracted hits on 50 Cent. 50 Cent reacted and says, these are baseless accusations and claims are not credible. I'm sorry. He has to endure the public scrutiny and damage to his reputation. This is a stick-up. I wrote this hook. I should have kept this one. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, man. First of all, 50 Cent speaks up for people he's cool with. I respect that. Fat Joe, Khaled, Rick Ross, nobody spoke for Diddy. But you guys all knew what was going on. But you're quiet now, Which makes me think that some of these things might be true. You never know. Okay? Because people that do similar acts, they hang out with each other. That's all I could say. I don't ever see 50 Cent hanging out with Fat Joe and them. I'll tell you that much. They're cool in public places. That's about it. Brazilian model dies on honeymoon in Turkey after accepting a free surgery, partied with a surgeon, underwent 3 procedures in 24 hours, and had cardiac arrest, claims her life in Istanbul. Why would you go party with someone and accept free surgeries? Free. Too good to be true? It is. That's all I could say. Too good to be true? It always is, isn't it? All right. Okay, Rick Ross's baby mom. She's going, that's Rick Ross's son behind her, right? And she's taking little pot shots at Rick Ross, and his son's like, stop, Mom. You're crazy. I think that Rick Ross and everybody looks at Tia Kemp as like, it's kind of like a joke. She's just like the auntie that's smoking cigarettes on the block, drinking, smoking weed, saying whatever comes out of her mouth, and you just laugh at it. Rick Ross smashed the and impregnated the corner store alky woman that's screaming at night. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna take you home tonight, and I'm gonna smash you." They had a kid. That's what happened, because that's all she is. She's the auntie on the block that gets drunk, screaming at everybody. Jim Jones performs at Summer Jam. Summer Jam, okay, he didn't get paid. I'll tell you that much. Some people get paid at Summer Jam. Glorilla got paid. A Boogie got paid. These are the people that draw. Massacre got paid. Big draws. Massacre's a big. He's a big dancehall artist, so he's bringing a lot. He's bringing a different crowd, right? Cash Doll didn't get paid. They had a couple other acts there that probably got paid. But that's how Summer Jam always works. Like, some people get paid, some people don't. Jim Jones did this for free. Trust me. For free. He probably paid Meek Mill to go. Because he was going to do verses for free. He'll do anything for free. Then Chrissy was there, of course, because there's some clout to be had. So she's going to poke out and show her face. And Jim Jones probably begged her to be there to show face. Because she is with somebody. They have moved on from each other. They're both smashing different people. So they're like friends now. They've been together for so long that they're just friends. That's what it is. They got Timu, Kai Cenat to do, like, they're copying how Kai goes to like certain events and streams them. They're trying to do that now at Hot 97. Hot 90, nobody cared about Summer Jam. Did you even know that Summer Jam happened last night? Did you even know that Hot 97 Summer Jam happened last night? It used to be big when it happened, right? Nobody cares anymore. Did you even know? They got bootleg Casanat. And Travis Scott is probably going to stay silent and take this beaten by Pusha T. Okay? Bun B expects Travis to respond to Pusha T. Bun B, you're so tapped out, bro. And you know what? You should be. You moved on, and you're doing Trill Burgers now. And you're very successful doing that. You should move on. There's no reason to. So he's just sticking up for Texas, But let's be honest. Pusha T spanked Travis. Tyga spanked Travis, did nothing. Meek Mill spanked Travis, did nothing. A$AP Rocky spanked Travis, did nothing. Tory Lanez literally spanked Travis Scott, did nothing. So, come on. Then we got Ja Rule trying to drop new music. He thinks he's dropping this love song. He's making love to the camera in the car, and he's like thinking girls are going to go crazy for the song. He thinks it's 2000, year 2000, 1999, 2000, where he could just drop stuff and the girl's like, I can't wait for that to drop. Bro, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. You're so far off from getting a buzz again, you need like a good year of constantly dropping music. You can't just drop music. It's over for that. If you don't keep your finger on the pulse of the game and keep dropping, people forget about you. And that's what happened with Ja Rule. You can't just you're gonna do legacy performances. You've put yourself in that position. If you never stopped dropping music, you might have had a comeback. The best time that Ja Rule could have had a comeback was 2008 to 2012. That was his comeback years, because that's when the game changed to internet 100%. And that was his pocket, and he missed it. That was Bleak's pocket to come back. That was a lot of people's pocket to come back. Rick Ross made something of that era. That was a pocket. Hot pockets. And there is that's what he looks like on the mic. There's And Ray J, Amber Rose discussing the Tory Lanez case. They're both saying they think Kelsey was more involved than people think. And then Boosie might be going to jail this summer. He had all his cars wrapped highlighter yellow. You're going to be getting pulled over every bro. The point, the way Boosie rolls around, right? You should probably not want to get pulled over. You're definitely not going to be discreet walking around with a highlighter, driving a highlighter. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I will check you guys in the next one. Smash that like button for me.